On this YouTube channel, the UPSC TV by RS, and here I am going to present The Hindu analysis dated 14th of July 2020, and we are covering The Hindu for your public administration optional. So as you know about this thing that we are covering this The Hindu for your public administration optional for UPSC, CSE and other examinations. So let's begin with The Hindu, and if you are new to this channel, don't forget to like and subscribe the channel, click the bell icon in order to get the regular notification. And apart from that, you can also join the Telegram group PubEdpedia official. PubEdpedia is nothing but the Wikipedia of public administration, where all your doubts and queries and issues regarding PubEd optional will be resolved. Okay, so let's get started, and you can join this channel basically in the by joining the link given in the description box below. ओके, सो वीडियो के नीचे वहाँ पर है एक लिंक, जो है डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स के अंदर एक लिंक, उसको आप ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं इन ऑर्डर टू गेट द रेगुलर अलर्ट्स एंड स्टडी मटेरियल, PDF एंड अदर थिंग्स विद रेस्पेक्ट टू दिस पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ऑप्शनल. ओके, so let's get started with The Hindu. So here if you just scroll down for the important news articles for public administration optional, you will get the article at your page of editorial. So on the editorial page, if you just scroll down, if you just keep scrolling down, you will find this thing that here we have the article enabling people to govern themselves. This article is very important for your public administration optional, and some days back also in the month of June only there was the article on the same line, and these articles keep on repeating in the newspaper because of the COVID-19, because COVID-19 is something which will be effectively which will be dealt effectively by those countries or for that matter those states in which local government or principle of subsidiarity, or you can say the kind of decentralization, is being followed. Okay, for example in India we have the examples of states like this, you can say southern states like Kerala. Okay, so here writer is talking about enabling people to govern themselves, because pandemic is showing up this thing that the global governance and other things are very, you can say, not up to mark. This revealed this thing. Okay, so basically the writer in this article, if you look at the things, first of all writer is talking about the complexity of handling the subsystem. So here you can link this article in the beginning, you can link this article with your systems theory. Okay, system theory is nothing but the kind of, you can say, system is a combination, or you can say it is the combination of different subsystems or different parts. Okay, when combined together they become system. System is nothing but the combination of subsystem. System at large, it will, you can say, if you look at this thing, let me bring the kind of toolbar and whatever you can say. So if you look at the system is nothing but the, you can say, system, let's say this is the system. So system is nothing but the combination of a small subsystem 1, subsystem 2, subsystem 3. So here you will get 3 to 4 phenomena with respect to system theory. For example, different parts will interact with each other. So 1 और 2 के बीच में interaction होगा, 2 और 3 के बीच में होगा, 1 और 3 के बीच में होगा. So there is a kind of interaction between parts. Okay, so this is the first thing. Overall the system will interact with surrounding. So this is the another thing. So all these kind of features you must be knowing about. So here we are witnessing the application of systems theory, because what is happening that, let's say, if you just understand, we have economic system. Okay, we have social system, we have, let's say, environmental system, or let's say we have system of health or social system, or whatever you can say, health system, education system. So if we are talking about economy, so then our health and other aspects will be under threat. Okay, so economy की अगर focus करोगे, if you focus on economy, other things will, you can say, suffer. So there is a kind of interaction between the things. Okay, India imposed this lockdown. Okay, हमने क्या करा, lockdown लगा दिया. So lockdown was you can say imposed by taking the view of, you can say, this health issues. Okay, COVID-19, we want in our mind we have this idea that it will reduce the COVID-19, you can say, pandemic, the intensity, or you can say the kind of spread that is happening. So it will prevent it in case of lockdown, but the repercussions, the kind of, you can say, impact of that thing was, you can say, was on the economy as well. So ultimately there is a kind of interaction between system and surrounding, and between the different components of the, you can say, system itself. Okay, so ultimately the entire system, entire social system, which constitute different subsystem, so all the things are correlated. So writer is saying this thing. And apart from that, in the second paragraph, writer is talking about global governance. Writer is saying that we are following the one size fit all approach. What we are doing, we are following one size fit all approach, sustainable development goal. Writer is talking about the example as well. Sustainable development goal, if you look at the sustainable development goal, they are specific goal. They are not saying that chalo India ke liye thoda goal kam hai aur USA ke liye thoda goal zyada hai. They are not saying like this. Okay, so differentiation should be there, because needs are there, resources are needs are different, resources are different, conditions are different, social, physical, biological, economic, environmental, and other examples, etc. conditions are different. So here we have to bring such kind of things. For example, in India, let's say example, India hai, so in India we have different states, and different states have different level of development, different level of economy, or you can say if you look at the pandemic COVID-19, different level of, you can say, different level of, you can say, spread is also there. Okay, so it is not good that we should impose lockdown on the entire country. And now what we are doing, now we are talking about the different zones. Okay, so this is something that overall global governance needs to understand. Global governance को भी ये समझने की जरूरत है. Global governance should understand this thing, that global governance is not possible. You have to focus on local governance, because ultimately it is the need or the resources or the capacity of a particular country. ठीक है, जैसे in India, if you look at India, Kerala is following different model, Pune is following different model, UP is following different model. Okay, in UP you would require more focus on the, you can say, food security, because migrant workers are coming. Okay, in Gujarat, in other, you can say, big states like Maharashtra, you can say developed countries, now here you have to focus on the migrant workers, but they are, you can say, there is a kind of emigration. Okay, people are going from the developed states like Maharashtra and Gujarat, but they are coming to UP. So in this way you have to mold your strategy. If you look at the idea of this decision making as well, this Simon's idea of decision making, Simon was talking about fact and value. Okay, fact and value. So fact value is something that is, you can say, values is something that are used to basically find out the kind of, and you can say, facts are useful for, you can say, making the decision, but for setting the goal, that how we should proceed, that setting will be done by this value premises. Okay, so for example, central government, fact premise, value premise. On the basis of fact, they will take the decision, but values are important behind, you can say, behind setting that goal. For accomplishment, fact will be important. For decision making, fact will be important, but the beginning of decision will start from values. Okay, and then what you will find, that when you will find this thing at the district level, then this fact value, this fact premises will again divided into fact and value, because now what will happen is that this value premise, this individual, you can say, let's say district magistrate, central government ने क्या किया, central government has took this decision on the basis of fact. Okay, that okay, we are going to impose lockdown. But when it comes to the district magistrate, every district magistrate have the different way of doing the things. Are you getting my point? So that's why every district magistrate would divide this fact based decision into fact and value premises again. Okay, and this value premise is nothing but the setting of goal. Different district magistrate will set the different, you can say by and large the goal will be same, but the sub component, sub decisions, they will be different. Okay, so for example, one district magistrate would, you can say ultimately the focus is that they have to impose lockdown. Let's say lockdown impose ho gaya, so ultimately district magistrates are required to impose the lockdown, but how to impose lockdown, what are the, you can say nitty-gritties, what we are going to do, how we are going to issue the pass, so that thing will be based on the value of different district magistrate. Otherwise UPSC will not conduct all these examination, फिर तो कोई भी decision ले लेगा, है ना, because fact तो फिर same है ना, वो उसमें तो कुछ है ही नहीं, because ultimately at the district level also value premises become important. So this thing you have to understand that values are important in decisions, local governance is important, kind of if you look at the policy implementation भी अगर देख लो तो वहाँ पर भी you will get street level bureaucracy kind of models as well, bottom up approach of implementation. So you can link this thing. Now let me bring this thing. If you look at this article, if you look at the beginning of this article, you can link this article with many points. Okay, for example, when it comes to this local, when we are becoming more vocal towards local, okay, this local vocal is not about export production, but here local governance. So you can talk about policy implementation. In policy implementation we have this street level bureaucracy model. In this model it is highlighted, in this model the crux of this model is that bureaucracy should be given proper flexibility. This is nothing but you can link this thing with the value fact premises. Okay, as I have already told you. Apart from that you can talk about different, you can say thinkers, like you can say different local governance sort of thinkers, participative management, there is a list. Okay, we keep on covering the things, just try to link like this. Okay, so in this way you can just understand this entire crux. And apart from that, let me relate other aspects as well. Here this article is not only about the background, writer is talking about this thing that we have to make it more local oriented, more, you can say self governance, we have to enable local governance, be it global SDG or something like that. So writer is talking about this thing that as of now they are undergoing a test, all these SDGs and all these things, all these systems that we are having, all these systems are facing a test amid COVID-19. So all these things are there. And then writer is talking about case of local system. Here writer is referring to different thinkers like EF, this Schumachers, EF Schumachers, small is beautiful, founding editor of this thing. ठीक है, so this is very important. Why this is important? Because if you look at the previous year question, UPSC has already asked this thing, small is beautiful, in your public administration paper 1. Okay, so writer is talking about first thing first, small is beautiful. Second thing is Elinor Ostrom, principle of self-governing communities. Okay, and then writer is talking about the examples and all. So let's cover this thing. Okay, let's cover this thing in a detailed manner because this is relevant for your examination. So let us cover this thing. So first of all, what you have to understand that we are going to cover small is beautiful. So small is beautiful, I am referring over here with this small is beautiful Wikipedia. So small is beautiful, study of economics as if people mattered. So basically what you have to understand before going into it, let me try give you the perspective first of all. So if you look this thing, small is beautiful. Okay, so here this small is beautiful is nothing but one of the component of anti-development thesis. What is this anti-development thesis? Anti-development thesis or post-development thesis, or whatever you can say, anti-development thesis is nothing but the idea, philosophy, or you can say theory that basically talk about, you can say, that talk about the, you can say, it is going against the principle of development theory. Okay, so let's first of all link this thing. In paper 1 you have one unit called development administration, and in this development administration you will have one subheading anti-development thesis. Anti-development thesis is nothing but the idea, philosophy, theory that goes against the development thesis. Here development thesis does not equal to development. Okay, this is something that you should know. Development is something that is, you can say, important. Development means socio-economic transformation and all those things, so that is important. But the thesis of development, what is the thesis of development? Thesis of development was a kind of, you can say, theory by developed country over the developing countries. Okay, there was a kind of, you can say, replication. They try to replicate Western countries, developed countries, modern countries, all these, you can say, or you can say industrialized country. They try to replicate their model of development over the developing countries of Asia, Africa and Latin America. This kind of replication, this kind of external imposition, this kind of external reform, this kind of external adjustment is nothing but the development thesis or development administration theory. Okay, anti-development theory or anti-development thesis or post-development thinkers, post-development thesis, they are opposing this view of development. Okay, they are opposing this view of development because this is a kind of top down model कि western countries are at top, eastern countries are at the bottom, and they are imposing their a model over here. Okay, so this is something that is called as the development thinking. So post development, anti development thesis can be subcategorized into two categories. First of all, there are certain theories which completely rejected the, you can say, the complete rejection of this development theory. There are certain thinkers, certain theories that would not completely reject, but they will, you can say, they will say that this is not enough, this is not done, this is not good, this should not be there. Okay, so complete rejection. There are thinkers, there are movements like Islamic fundamentalism, etc. And apart from that, when it comes to this non-complete rejection, means partial rejection. So here you will get different theories, and small is beautiful is nothing but comes under this category only. Okay, so there are two categories that you should be thorough with, that you should be knowing about. So this is the crux of the development administration, that where this development theory, where this development anti-development thesis of small is beautiful will lie. And when it comes to this article itself, article is also saying this thing, that top down should be not there and small is beautiful. Literal terms you can talk about, small is beautiful means you have to focus on small things rather than the big things. Small things means at the ground level you have to focus upon. So these are the things that you have to cover with respect to anti-development thesis. Now let me talk about anti-development thesis. Let us discuss this thing, because UPSC has already asked this question, so you should be aware about the background and foreground of this issue itself. Okay, so small is beautiful. E.F. Schumacher. Okay, E.F. Schumacher, he was a German British statistician and economist who is best known for his proposals of human scale. Okay, so for example, you will find the different thinkers in your post development thinking which talk against the economic development, economic model of development, or you can say development theory of western countries. Okay, so in this way you can link like this. So the phrase small is beautiful from a principle and by his teacher. Okay, this is the teacher Leopold Kohr. Okay, the concept is often used to champion small appropriate technology or policies that are believed to empower people more, in contrast with the phrase bigger is better. So here what you have to understand, that we are talking about small is beautiful, not bigger, and bigger is better. Small, earlier it used to happen that bigger is better, but here we are saying small is beautiful. Okay, so this is something that you should use in your answer writing. This is something that should be there, and it basically means that small and appropriate technology or polity. Okay, or polity means you are getting this thing, that we are not talking about top down, we are talking about bottom up. Small technology, small polity, local governance, limited government, small government, because small is beautiful means that you have to empower people. For example, empowerment of Gram Sabha. Okay, so I hope you are getting this thing, in contrast with the phrase such as bigger is better, and first published in 1973. 1973 is important because development administration was started in 1950s, and this anti-development thesis, it will came into picture from 1970s only. For example, you will get different you can say ideas of development in this post development or anti-development thesis. You will find the models, and for example you will find the different thinkers in your thinker perspective, in your you can say theories of development administration, so you can link with that thing. Okay, so alternative development model and all those things will came into picture in 1970s only. Okay, so in 1970s you will get all these things like dependency theory. Okay, in 1970s only you will get this dependency theory. Dependency theory was given by this you can say this person whose name was Andre Gunder Frank, A.G. Frank, Andre Frank. Okay, so he studied in 5 Latin American countries. Okay, 5 countries in Latin America. So he gave this dependency theory. There was also in after 1970s only we have this you can say theories like word system theory and all. Okay, so all these things are there, and along with that only this 1970 period witnessed this theory as well. Okay, so I hope you are getting this thing. Okay, so these are the things. Small is beautiful, Schumachers critics of Western economics. I told you na, you must be knowing about these basic things, so just read the basic development administration, you will get this thing. So let us move further and let's cover the synopsis of this book Small is Beautiful, in order to use these things in our answer writing if at all UPSC asks this question again. Okay, so here synopsis, the book is divided into 4 parts: modern world, resources, third world, and organization and or this ownership. Part 1 is important to understand. Part 1 basically summarizes the economic world of the early 1970s. Okay, early 1970s basically means when economic theory or modernization theory, or you can say modernization theory, development theory of Western countries was in crisis. Okay, there was the decade of crisis. 1970s is called as the decade of crisis as per Mohit Bhattacharya's social theory of development administration. So you have to be thorough with this thing. So that's why 1970s was the decade of crisis, when wars were in the picture. Apart from that, UN comes with the basic need approach. So all these things were going on. So at that point of time only Schumachers perspective came into picture. In the first chapter, the problem of production, Schumachers argues that modern economy is unsustainable. Natural resources are treated as you can say this expendable income, when in fact they should be treated as capital. So here if you look at the post development theory, all these post development theories, for example Escobar, or for example this Wolfgang Sack, all these people will talk about this thing, that Gandhian model needs to be followed. They will talk about this thing, that in eastern countries, in the less developed countries, in developing countries, the economy is, you can say, economy is something that is very sustainable. Economy is something that is related with the agricultural festivals, agricultural climate, and you can say the culture and other things. Economy depends upon culture, culture is not dependent upon economy. Okay, for example, in Western countries you have this Valentine culture, you will have this Father's Day culture, Mother's Day culture, Brother's Day culture. Okay, so all this culture is there because their capitalist economy depends on these culture. These cultures are invented in order to create the kind of, you can say, market for these kind of things. Okay, but in India we have economy which is dependent on our agriculture, on our culture itself. Okay, because agriculture is the basic culture in our country. So we have the festivals with respect to the, you can say, we have the festival on the festivals itself our economy is depending, and festivals are something that are dependent on the, you can say, agriculture. So everything is dependent. Okay, so economy is not the, you can say, output of economy is the output of culture, etc., culture, religion, and all those, you can say, agriculture or different kind of things. But in Western countries things are different, and also you will find this thing that sustainable development is something that was already there in the developing countries. Okay, so this is the problem of developed countries. Okay, so developed countries ने जब ये development administration दिया तो इसी में दिक्कत थी, because it consider natural resources to expand the income. They did not consider it as the capital. Okay, so I hope you are getting, since they are not renewable and they subject, so you can talk about this thing. So it is similar to the Wolfgang Schack and this other thinker like Escobar. ठीक है, so if you are unable to understand these names, what I am saying, kindly go through the post development and development administration theories with respect to your development administration. Okay, apart from that, he concludes the government effort must be concentrate on the sustainable development, and third word because relatively minor improvements, for example technology transfer to third world countries, will not solve the problems, okay, of an unsustainable economy. So small is beautiful basically means both from the perspective of polity and technology, small things are beautiful, nature is beautiful, or something like that. Schumacher philosophy is one of the you can say enoughness is one of enoughness, appreciating both human needs and limitation, and appropriate use of technology. Small use, appropriate use, it grew out of his study of village based economics, which is later termed as the Buddhist economics. So this is something that you should know, the Buddhist economics. Okay, UPSC might ask this question, Buddhist economics. So Buddhist economics is a spiritual and philosophical approach to study the economics. Spiritual and philosophical approach. So kindly write these things. In Mohit Bhattacharya, this Buddhist economics is not mentioned as far as I know. So please try to use these things in your answer, use these things in your notes. So it is a kind of philosophical approach to study the economics. It examines the psychology of the human mind and emotion that direct economic activity, in particular concepts such as anxiety, aspiration, self-actualization principle. Okay, so this is something that you should know, and apart from that other things are not that important. So part 2 casts the education as the greatest resource. Okay, so this is there. Apart from that, part 3 discusses the gap between the center of word system and developing words. So there is a gap between the, you can say, you can just understand in the top down approach there is a kind of problem we are witnessing. Okay, so word system theory is a multidisciplinary macro scale approach. Okay, so if you look at this map, okay, there is a difference between the systems. Okay, so this is the problem, this is the problem with the, you can say, bigger is better approach. Okay, I hope you are getting. So kindly mention Buddhist economics, bigger is better, and all these things. And apart from that, it also talks about other things like part 4th present. If you look at the part 4th of small is beautiful, it presents the sketch of large scale organization, refutes and exposes some commonplaces and false platitudes about capitalism. Okay, so you can write all these things because capitalism is something that is the, you can say, component of the Western economics, or you can say modernization theory. Okay, so if you are thorough with the chapter development administration, it will be easier for you. अदरवाइज थोड़ा थोड़ा कठिन लगेगा. सो प्लीज ट्राई टू rewatch this video if you are unable to understand anything. This is previous year question, so you can't ignore this thing. In UPSC might go further. UPSC might ask the Buddhist not Buddhist council, it might ask the Buddhist kind of, where it is, Buddhist economics. Okay, so in UPSC in GS paper 1, or you can say in prelims art and culture, Buddhism is something that is very, you can say, important. So you might get this thing in your PubEd as well. Okay, तो कोई भरोसा नहीं है UPSC का, और मज़ा भी आएगा UPSC को ऐसे क्वेश्चन पूछने में. UPSC will love to ask the such kind of Buddhist economics. So please try to use these things in your answer writing. I hope you are getting this thing, and I hope this analysis is helpful for you. And if you are not thorough with the development administration chapter, I request you to watch that chapter, to read that chapter by your own. Okay, so this is it, and I hope you are getting this thing. Apart from that, you can talk about the Gandhian ideas. So let's discuss Gandhian ideas as well. तो चलो Gandhian ideas भी discuss ही कर लेते हैं. Okay, so what is the Gandhian economics? So let's cover this Gandhian economics. Why Gandhian economics is important? Along with small is beautiful and other model, Gandhian economics is also important, because Gandhian economics is something that is based on local governance, self-governance. Okay, so this is something that you should be aware of. Okay, that's why Gandhian economics, you can say, you can use it in your answers. And Gandhian economics is something that is, again, you can say, based on these kind of local and small is beautiful or something like that. So Gandhian economics is parallel with the EF Schumachers, small is beautiful, or for that matter there are other thinkers. You can talk about J.C. Kumarappa. Okay, so he was talking, his model was Gandhi's planning commission. So J.C. Kumarappa, this small is beautiful. So all these things are related to your development administration, because Gandhian model will say that how to develop. Okay, so it will talk about the local and all those things. Okay, so here basically you will find this thing, that there are 4 pillars that you can talk about when it comes to Gandhian economics. तो जब Gandhian economics की बात आती है ना, you can talk about 4 pillars, 4 model. The first model is human and local communities must be the means for the human progress. So means humans and local communities must be the means for the human progress, and their well-being must be the purpose of progress too. तो जो human and local communities, they should be means and they should be end as well. Okay, I hope you are getting. So human development, means and end, sort of thing that you can mention over here, that human and local communities, they are the means and they are the end as well. ऐसा नहीं है. For example, you can mention this thing in the light of the labor laws reform. What we are doing, what government is doing, that we would provide the, you can say, the labor laws that are easier for the capitalist, for the owners of the factory and all. Okay, so what government is doing, these kind of things. But now means, human is the mean as well as the end. Okay, I hope you are getting. So human should be the means and human should be the end. This end is important. जो end है वो तो human ही है. Why we need development? हम ये लेबर वगैरह लॉ को रिफॉर्म कर रहे हैं. वी आर रिफॉर्मिंग द लेबर लॉज. ओके, both sides are there, but here we are only we are discussing the, you can say, negative side of labor reforms that are going on in the countries. Okay, so what is the reason? The reason is development, the reason is economic growth, कि हाँ लोग आएंगे, employment होगा, virtuous cycle बनेगी. But end is what? End is nothing but the development of human itself, human economic growth, human socio-economic transformation. But what about these human? These laborers are also humans, and you are doing all these things for the progress of the human, for the progress of the country called India, and for improving the, you can say, growth, GDP growth. So this is something that you should understand. GDP is just a number. What about this labor? that are being exploited under this capitalism. So means and thing you can mention over here. Apart from that, you can talk about governance must be strengthened at local level. So the second idea is local governance. There should be the local governance should be, you can say, there should be the empowerment, there should be the strengthening at local level. The third point is wealth is good, but wealthy people must be only trustees. So trusteeship model is there. So these are the things that you should mention. Trusteeship, Gandhi ji used to say, this is the principle of trusteeship, you must be knowing about this thing. Gandhi ji used to say that if Mukesh Ambani ji have the, you can say, if he has the sixth largest, you can say, largest economy or whatever, you can say, his income is, you can say, he is the sixth richest person in the world. He is richest, but he is richest not as the owner of that particular income that he is having, the money that he is having, but he should act like a trustee. Trusteeship basically means that he should act like this money, this you can say whatever the money he has, this money is of the people of this country called India, and he is holding the money on the behalf of this people of India, and in this light he should perform the, you can say, activities like corporate social responsibilities and other welfareistic activities. So in this way you can talk about this thing. Compassionate capitalism, stakeholder capitalism. Stakeholder capitalism is the keyword, and all these things you can mention in your answer. Stakeholder capitalism basically means capitalism plus social welfare. Okay, so these are the keywords that you should mention in your answer. First thing is means and, second is local governance, third thing is trusteeship. The fourth thing is the cooperative capitalist enterprise. Alienation of owners from workers must be reduced. This alienation should not be there. And cooperative capitalism enterprise, this is the model of cooperative capitalist enterprise. Okay, so when you are talking about paper 1, Mayo and all those thinkers, you can also mention Gandhian economics as well. Gandhian economics, cooperative capitalist enterprise, it basically means that worker or state, worker should be the owner, and worker or state should be the owner. Capitalist should not, you can say, should not become that, you can say, exploitative and all. So there should be the cooperative capitalist enterprise. So there is no need, let me finish this thing by a simple example, by a simple, you can say, understanding of Gandhian economics. There is no need to mug up the things. Just remember 4 keywords: means and, local governance, trusteeship, and cooperative capitalist economics. Okay, enterprise. Okay, so these are the 4 things that you should be thorough with respect to Gandhian economics. You can mention Gandhian economics in development administration, you can mention small is beautiful versus bigger is better, and you can mention Buddhist economics and all these things. You can mention the idea of Gandhi's planning commission, J.C. Kumarappa's idea. You can mention other post-development thinkers that I have discussed, like Wolfgang Sack and other. I have not delineated those things because these things are the part of your static syllabus. So please try to cover these things by your own. I hope you are getting this thing, and this is all about this particular you can say approach of Gandhian approach. Apart from that, you can also quote this person called Elinor Ostrom. His principle, he had developed the principle of self-governing communities. Okay, so here we have to do all these things in order to fight with the COVID-19. Okay, so you can mention the example as well. So writer is talking about this thing that when it comes to Indian administrative services, how change brought about with the views of IAS officer. So in this light, when writer is saying this thing, that how idea of IAS officer, you can mention the, I told you earlier as well, decision making, values of IAS officer, how it becomes important. Okay, I told you this thing. Similarly, you can link this with public policy, Okay, in that we have discussed this street level bureaucracy. You can also link this thing with your thinker called let me name this thinker. If you look at McGregor, I told you na participative के सारे thinker you can link. Okay, so here this line is itself suggesting this thing that you should mention the idea of, you can say, cosmology, the cosmology of manager, cosmology to reality. Whatever I think, what you must be knowing about this quote, what you think you become. Okay, this is the quote by Mahatma Gandhi as well as Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Okay, what you think you become. So this is the quote is something, whatever the manager or the, you can say, state would think, it would work from that perspective only. Cosmology to reality. If bureaucrat have the different cosmology, they would have the different reality. If let's say a bureaucrat is something that someone who is, you can say, who is orthodox, so that cosmology will came into picture in reality as well. His working style, his working culture, work culture will be like this. Okay, so try to link like this and you will get the things. Apart from that, writer is talking about the examples like district, like if you just read this thing, so writer is talking about district development, district developer. Okay, so you can use these things, that district should not work like a deliverer, they should work like enabler. Okay, deliverer versus enabler, NPM approach you can link over here. Okay, district should not like a deliverer, okay, rowing or and all those things. Okay, so I hope you are getting NPM में वो जो पढ़ते हो ना, steering rather than rowing. So here also we are witnessing this thing, that district collector should not act like a deliverer, it should not like the paternalistic government. Okay, government should not be like paternalistic. This paternalistic is nothing but, you can say, system 2. I told you something some days back. Okay, जब मैं एक दिन ऐसे ही मैं कोविड-19 में बता रहा था कहाँ लिंक कर सकते हो. I told you all these things कि आजकल we have system 2, आजकल we have these things. So just try to link. Paternalistic government is something that is, you can say, benevolent authoritative, system 2 of Likert. So link like this. Okay, so all these things are very important and very easy to link. Just read and just link. Okay, so I hope you are getting. And then government of the people, by the government, for the political party in power, this should not be the issue, this should not be the case. The case should be government for the people, of the people, by the people. Okay, so writer is talking about this thing at the conclusion. You can use this thing in your answer. So please try to understand global governance. This context we have discussed insofar as the system theory is concerned, and then we have discussed all these things from the perspective of development administration, and different theories and different policy and different things we have covered in this analysis. I hope you are getting. By and large, this article is relevant for your development administration. This is it for the day. Thank you so much, and I hope this series is helpful for you, and I hope this analysis is also helpful for you. I hope this previous year kind of analysis that I am doing over here, for example, we have covered this small is beautiful and all these things. I hope these things are important, and I hope these things are something that you will like. And if you are liking it, if you are liking my work, don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe. This is it for the day. Thank you so much, and bye bye. And surprise is waiting for you today, because today is my birthday, so I will come up with the surprise with respect to your, with something, you can say, something new, something innovative, something that is, you can say, that is not available in the market, something that will change your life, an idea that can change your life. So stay tuned in this channel, and you will get those things today only. Okay, thank you so much. Bye bye and take care.